bone stock 10-speed car. And so he bought that, and I drove him to get it in the 13. We parked at a gas station afterwards and took some pictures with the two cars. Actually, the only time that the two cars were really together was, later that day. We get home, he parks in his spot, and I park beside him in the garage. And when we had the 13 and the 17, those were back-to-back generations of the Mustang. And so it was kind of cool, father and son, both white cars, white and black with the Stormtrooper stuff. And he decided, he's going to get an 18, which is the facelifted S550. We parked it side by side. It's like 1:30, 2 o'clock. And I'm like, well, now there's a gap between us.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I wonder what's for sale. And like I said, it's like 1:30, 2 o'clock. By 5 p.m., I was signing papers on my 17. So for the longest time, we had paper plates with the same date on them, which was a lot of fun. It was so cool to kind of roll around together. And we still had paper plates on the cars when they were bagged. We had basically, I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks after Dad bought his, I told him, I was like, I want to bag the car.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, don't even say that. He said, you need to go outside, take the springs out from under your car, and put mashed potatoes there, and that's what it's going to drive like. And I'm like, okay, well, I value his opinion. I'm not just going to buy it and do it anyways. I'm like, okay, well, let me look into it. And Airlift actually put a coilover car and a bagged car side by side and ran them around a track. Mm-hmm. And the bagged car outperformed the coilover car in every measurable parameter. And so I just was like, okay, well, Dad, here's the data.
Right.
And he was, he's like, what if we did both of them? so it was a cool moment, and we reached out to Kyle with Farmer Performance and Mike with Tuner Goods, and I hit up Mike and was like, hey, we have 2 cars that we want to do. Love to be a brand ambassador for you guys.
Yeah.
Same thing with Kyle with Farmer Performance. I was like, man, I know you do good work. I definitely could have put the bags on ourselves. At the time, we didn't have the time to, take on something that involved. So we had Kyle do it for us. He did great work. We've never had any issues out of any part of this stuff. And then Mike supplied everything for us. So it's been pretty cool. Shortly after that, did like wheels and stuff. And then Dad kind of went off into another dimension, and I kind of stayed where I was at. And now he's got the supercharger and the nitrous and the roll cage and all that stuff. But he's got dad money. I have kid money.
There you go. There you go. It looks good though, man. It looks good.
Thank you.
What kind of wheels are you running?
Those are I think the brand's called Downforce.
Okay.
I'll be dead honest with you and everybody else. I like them because they're cheap. They were, it's not like your carbon fiber wheels on the GT350 where if you curb one, it's $20,000 to get it fixed.
Right.
These wheels were cheap. I thought they looked great. It was the offset I wanted. That's kind of where I started. Once I bagged the car, I knew I wanted to run the Continentals on it just because I had those on my 13. It was one of the best tires I'd used in the rain. If you wanted to take it to the track, you take it to the track, the extreme contacts or whatever. And so I was like, I started on Fitment Industries where you can go on there and, you literally enter the wheel size and offset and it'll show you a car that has that on there. And so I was looking at the bagged cars and the way that the wheels tucked right inside the fender and all that. And that's what I wanted. And so actually LMR of all places was where I found those, and I just immediately fell in love. They kind of reminded me of what I had on the 13, which was the 2011, 2012 Shelby 500 wheels with the split forks and things like that.
Yeah.
And when I saw the price, I was like, okay, I can't not get these wheels.
Yeah, they look great.
But
they look great. Good combination.
Other than the black paint getting dusty, I really like them.